Hey there YouTube, welcome to Big Mike Beard Wisdom. So, do you have a 4x4 post that's just kind of sitting there with nothing on top of it, feeling a little naked? I've got an answer for it today. So, I was kind of screwing around on Amazon and saw these classy caps. So, it's one of those things where this is a 4x4, says high performance solar post cap, and this is for a true 4x4 post, so 4 inches by 4 inches, not a 4x4 wood post, which is probably 3.5 by 3.5. So if I was to set this on here, you can see there's a pretty good gap. So definitely one of those situations where read the packaging really well. I knew that this is for a 4x4, true 4x4 post, like a vinyl post, but the nice thing is that they've got these little fingers in here, so essentially you could put it on something thinner. Plus they sell like a little kit where you just slip it in here and it takes up that space. Luckily for me, I've got little pieces of wood. The plan today is to install this. It's pretty simple. The nice thing is that it's got AA rechargeable batteries in it. So a lot of the reviews that people saying, you know, they got this shipped to them, didn't work, they replaced the batteries, worked fine. So I'm gonna pull the little slip thing out of there, that way the batteries make good contact. Go ahead and screw it in, and then we'll see whether or not it lights up. I got that set in just with those simple screws and little spacers and stuff like that. It's gonna be handy because I kind of want to let this wood kind of finish curing, but it's going to be curing over winter, which is kind of sucks. So essentially I'm trying to keep as much water off the top of it as I can, and this is a perfect answer, sort of. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this off. There we go. And it'll be interesting to see how this winds up doing. So the cool thing about those replaceable batteries too is that once you get this screwed in place, the instructions say to carefully pull it up by the corners. Whoopsies. And this stays right in place. So yeah, a two-handed job. Little dirty. All better. You can kind of get a better look at it underneath. So here you can see each one of the light emitting diodes and the battery pack. Well, I guess where the batteries go. So again, if you wind up installing it and it doesn't wind up working, a lot of the reviews wind up saying the batteries are toast. So there's a good chance I'm going to wind up doing this again, but with two hands to keep from launching it across the sidewalk like that and then replacing it. But I just want to see if it winds up working tonight, because if it does, then I know the batteries are okay. I don't have to worry about it. And should you happen to send yours flying, looks like not too bad damage-wise, so a little bit of like a scratch and ding on that corner. Little bit of a scratch and ding on that corner. But all in all, not too bad. These are just going to set like that. That way you don't wind up touching it as you're going up and down the steps. So it should be all good. Hopefully no one notices. And then that snapped in pretty easily. So, you know, I'm assuming the orientation doesn't matter which way you have it. And it snaps on either way. Doesn't look too bad. This would probably look really nice on, say, like a vinyl post, especially if you had something like, say, a fence along your yard or something like that, and then you put one of these, you know, every so often or something like that. Give it kind of a neat ambiance. With how the reviews kind of ranged a good bit, I really wanted to make sure that this is one that was like a good one. So if you wind up searching for classy caps, you'll find that they actually have a website. And at the time that I bought it, it was a good bit cheaper on Amazon than it was on their website. So, you know, maybe do a little bit of research on it and then, you know, buy from whichever one you think is the best. And there we have it. So that's up and running. You can see, lights up the stairs a little bit. Just imagine you had one on both sides, maybe, instead of solar powered flowers. And then with the motion sensor lights, looks like it still stays on, so not too bad really. Gives a little bit of extra light. I'm glad those batteries worked. Easy boys, here we go. So again, if you guys are just looking for a simple way to kind of like add a little bit of light, add a little bit of fancy style to a simple 4x4 post that's a true 4x4 post, this particular model will fit exactly 4x4 posts, and you can either buy an attachment that kind of makes it work on, say, a wooden post like mine, or you can do kind of like what I did and just add in a simple set of spacers. And that's one of those situations where if you're like me and you save all your little pieces of scrap for, hey, maybe someday, here's someday. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll check you next time.